you still got to look like something, even if you're saying you bent over a balcony before a guy can, we all men have that story. All men have one of those. Some men have multiple. Some unfortunately have kids by those women. So booger wolves get plenty of the
point. I know
why men pick the toxic trifling women is because, again, imagine you a young dude not getting with his first baddie, realizing she's toxic, but then she lets you do all that you see in pornos. She jumping off the ceiling fan with it. She punching herself in the head with your stuff. She talking into it like a microphone. Like she playing all the tricks that you see in these flicks, and this is your first time experiencing.
What type of flicks you watching?
Situation.
Damn. So now you got to be 6 feet tall, have 6-pack abs, and be a.
I didn't say nothing about that, y'all. I do not believe in that 666 crap. Now, the only reason why I believe in 6 feet is because I'm 5'9". I don't know what to tell you. You at least got to be 5'9".
Wait, Bo, do you really want women and men to be judged on the same sexual standard?
What are you talking about?
Like men held to the same standard as women sexually?
Oh, yes. I think your body count should be low.
I'm gonna bow out, y'all. I'm not talking about sex.
Yep, I do. I don't want a man that sleeps around. I'm sorry, bye, pretty. I don't like it. Like, it's cool when you in your like early 20s, but if you still your mid 40s and you still spreading it around, sir, we don't have nothing to talk about. So yeah.
And you believe that men should be like only fucking bad bitches too?
I think that you should have standards, is all I'm saying.
No physically unattractive women. No.
Sometimes a booger wolf is the standard. You
got to think. Booger wolf is not, because listen, I have seen some of the things that my guy friends have stuck their things inside of, and wow.
That's fair.
You know.
Oh my God.
Men have very high.
So you think men should be having sex with physically attractive women and not physically unattractive women?
I think that there should be standards, is all I'm saying.
Because
nobody can say what is attractive to who, but we can definitely look universally at some people and be like, not even with like a dirty pole.
So you think we should judge some women based on like, oh, that woman's super ugly, forget about her personality and if she can be a good mom and all that type of stuff. She doesn't fit the physical, Mine. I'm just asking. You could be like, no, I'm not saying that.
Hold on. Let's unpack this. So are you saying that men pay attention to women's personalities and intelligence and substance?
I'm not saying that. I'm asking you what you're saying as far as what men shouldn't do. Because you advise against like a booger wolf, which I'm assuming is an ugly woman. But so you're saying stay away from
an ugly acting woman.
Oh, nice about face. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
Hyena, that's the hyena though. Hyena can still be cute. She's just unsufferable.
Yeah, but that attitude is a booger wolf too.
Well, that's true.
I think men have extremely high standards.
I'm glad you think that, Marcus. I'm so glad you think that.
No, because if it wasn't for that, everybody would be like, men and be in a relationship with who they marry. They slot like only a small percentage of women they meet. Like, oh yeah, I would bet. That's like that's a high standard that they put people up to. Now, sexually, we're not the same. That's women's thing. They need to make sure they lock down. But when it comes to like relationship and men standards be high.
I'm not talking about relationships. I'm talking about your penis. Your penis is not in a relationship with a woman. I'm talking about
when it comes to men. Women have standards with their vagina. Men have objectives with our penises, and our objective is to shoot out some stuff and get that good feeling. So our standards aren't necessarily going to be applied to every woman that men sleep with. Our standards are applied to the women we choose to be with. For example, there's a girl that I know that I just want to bend over a hotel balcony. She ain't got to be a good mom. She doesn't have to be respectful. She doesn't have to be feminine. She doesn't have to. She got to be fit, but ish. Like she don't have to be any of those things. All she has to do is be willing to be bent over that balcony. when it comes to who I'm looking to date and marry, she gotta do all of that shit. Like my standards are higher than giraffe coochie because I'm going to invest myself into that woman. If all I'm investing is, you know what I'm saying, a quarter mile of penis, well,
I just think it's interesting how we look at ugly people like they don't take showers or like they have STDs or something like that. They just people.
well, you can't wash ugly off, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, she's ugly. Like she must have had an STD or something.
And
Why you touching her?
I specifically said ugly acting as well. That is a big thing because y'all be picking these fiery, I'm talking about will slap you in your face in a minute type women. I don't understand. Like yes, booger wolves, it applies to looks and as well as attitude.
Okay.
And
you know how low.
So, Bo,
I have
you
a
realize
standard, not just for my relationships, but even if I'm doing this friends with benefits or whatever the case may be, I still have standards for that as well. It can't just be any man.
You realize how
it
low
ain't
women
just a phallus.
You realize how low women's self-esteem would be if men only talk to women they wanted to marry?
I don't have nothing to do with that.
It would be terrible if men
because that's not what I was saying.
If men raise
no, but
it's going to be more lesbians and it's going to be more single women at 80 years old if men raise their standards. And the thing is, men can't afford to raise their standards because those of us that can get whatever woman we want, there's still 1,000 of them for every one of us. So I can have more filters as I'm vetting through these women. The problem is these average niggas cannot do that. So you guys benefit because unfortunately the majority of women can't access the top tier niggas either. The best they can do is the average guy. So if you had average guys raising their standards, like the guys who the best he can do is that booger wolf, you know, the 5, like she a 6 in the club before the lights come on, and then you get her in the parking lot, she a 2. If that's the best he can do, if it wasn't for him, she would never get no dick.
But
so
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. Let me see if I can explain it a better way. Cause see, y'all hear booger wolf and y'all just hear ugly people.
That's what it is.
Trifling. I mean, it is, right? But men will sleep with the most trifling woman. They will sleep with y'all complain about hyenas. That be the first ones that, let me tell you something. I have never seen so many women with men and not men that they are sleeping with, men that they are actively in a relationship with than a hyena. I'm telling you, man. I don't understand how these ugly acting women get these men, and I don't know what kind of magical vagina they got.
That's what
they be having men. It's the most sensible. It's the most sensible, down to earth, well dressed, well behaved women that be single, and it's wild to me.
Do you know how magical at the time I had to feel that woman's vagina was if I tolerated the 3 men in the midget story? Like if that, you know what I'm saying? Do you understand? Like a lot of guys at that point in our life, they're going to be women that we're just like, you know what? Yeah, she a headache. Yeah, she stabbed me. She did set me on fire. Damn, she did burn me 3 times. But I'm still with her because she just does that thing he likes, and he's young and don't know no better. Now, if that man is established, older, and still hitting booger wolves and trifling women, then you have this conversation. But we're talking about
the conversation we're having.
Booger wolves is just ugly women. You talking about trifling booger wolves, that's different. You can't be trifling and ugly. You got to struggle.
It's what I'm saying.
I think we just reiterated that. Well, Bo, when your question of like, I don't know how men be sleeping with these women that they have dating, market value for no reason versus like a physically unattractive man. If he don't got no money, it's like, ain't nobody gonna be lining up at his door, So
every man on this panel has a girl on their repertoire that they had to hit with their lights off or with their eyes closed the entire time. Every man on this panel has one.
That's nasty.
But it's not. That's the thing. It's not nasty because again, right? It could have just been 2 friends. You know what I'm saying? Help each other get off, right? But he knows that if he look, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but that whole thing, a hole's a hole. That's not true. you still got to look like something, even if you're saying you bent over a balcony before a guy can, all men have that story. All men have one of those. Some men have multiple. Some niggas, unfortunately, have kids by those women. So booger wolves get plenty of dick. The reason why men pick the toxic trifling women is because, again, imagine you a young dude getting with his first baddie and realizing she's toxic, but then she lets you do all that shit you see in pornos. She jumping off the ceiling fan with it. She punching herself in the head with your stuff. She talking into it like a microphone. Like she playing all the tricks that you see in these flicks, and this is your first time experiencing it.
What type of flicks you watching?
You know better. And unfortunately, he might not know better for the 4 or 5 years that girl is dragging him through hell and child support court just to give him some coochie 2 or 3 times a year to keep him in line. Like you can't. There's nothing that can be done about that.
Yeah, but the only that's what we're saying in a nutshell is your selection process is entirely based on your access. If you don't have that type of access, then you're going to call what a lot of people refer to as the scarcity mindset, and you make poor decisions based on that. It's almost like if you ain't got no bread, you start starving, you start making poor decisions, you start being willing to commit more crimes. It's that disparity. Like when you start having access to nothing, you become desperate, and there's no way around that. So you make decisions as if you're desperate, and men are to try to get men to not smash is nearly impossible. To try to make them responsible while doing it is more reasonable, more possible, right? So that's the most we can probably do.